afternoon, everybody. So this is your phonics video for Wednesday, April 21st. And remember, yesterday was our last lesson in Unit 5. I'm not going to start a new unit yet. We're going to do some review before TCAPs, okay? And so what we're going to do today is we are going to review, we're going to work on some daily grammar review practice. And then we're going to work on some old TCAP tests so that you see what they look like and the format that they're set up in, because I don't want you to be nervous about worrying what they look like or what they're going to do, how it's made. So we're going to practice some of those today. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is we're just going to practice some stuff with daily grammar. Some things that we've been working on all year, maybe some things that you have forgotten, and things that we just need to review to refresh our brains. Okay, so number one, it says circle the word with the same vowel sound as in cold. Now I want you to think about that. What is the vowel sound in cold? It's the O sound. Old. So does how sound the same as cold? How cold? Do those O's sound the same? No. What about the word goat? Oat. Goat and cold. Now keep in mind, guys, this question is not asking you, do they rhyme? It's not asking you, do they end the same way? It's asking you if it has the same vowel sound in the word. And guys, I've not seen the test, but I know this is the kind of question that's going to be on there. Do they have the same vowel sound? Okay, you need to be listening for the vowel sound. Cold, goat. What about the word caught? Cold, caught. So what do you think is the answer? The answer is goat. They both have the long O sound. Okay. All right. Number two, it says add commas where they belong. And guys, I will admit that we have not done as much work with commas as we would have had you been in person school, okay? But remember, you always add a comma when you are listing more than two things. You always add a comma after the city and state. You add a comma after the date and a year. Okay, so let's look at A. Jose likes to paint, build rockets, and play football. See, this sentence is listing three things that Jose likes to do. So because there's more than two things, we have to put a comma between the things. So the first thing he likes to do is paint. Oops, that's way too big to be a comma. Let's fix that. All right, so he likes to paint, comma, build rockets, comma, and play football. Okay, now there's a lot of confliction about this second comma. When I was growing up, you had to have that second comma. Nowadays, a lot of people say you don't have to have the second comma. So when you are doing choices, because this is going to be something on the TCAP test also, where you have to put commas in things, or you have to choose the correct sentence, how they have it written, okay? Sometimes you'll see it like this, where there's a comma between each of the things, or sometimes there'll just be one, because people say, well, the word and is there, so you don't need the comma. So either way, this way or this way, okay? All right, the next one is my grandparents live in Dallas, Texas. Well, we have a city and a state here, and we have to separate them with a comma. I am going to a birthday party on January 23rd, 2013. There is a date here. So we're going to put a comma between the day and the year. Okay, number 3. Circle the word that is spelled correctly. The word is when. Like, when are we going to the store? Is it W-E-N, W-H-E-N, W-H-I-N? How do you spell the word when correctly? Like, when are we leaving? It's W-H-E-N. Very good. All right, we're going to make each word plural, meaning there's more than one. Okay, more than one. So how do we make the word pencil plural? What do we need to do? We're going to add an S at the end. So it says pencils. What about the word book? How do we make book plural? We just add an S. Good. What about ball? Balls. We add the S. And sock. How do we make sock plural? We just add the S. Very good. All right, number 5 says circle the synonym for crooked. Remember, a synonym is a word that is the same or similar. So what is a word that is the same or similar to crooked? Is straight the same as crooked? Is twisted the same as crooked? Is long the same as crooked? Which one do you think is a synonym for crooked? It's going to be twisted. Okay, number 6. We're going to divide the words into syllables. Okay. The first word is button. Okay, remember, let's do our chin because they are going to have these on the TCAP test. Okay, please use your chin. Here we go. Button, button. So we're going to button. There we go. We divided it into a syllable. Topple, top, all, top, all. So we have oh. Now there's 2 different ways to do this, okay? And again, it's the way that I grew up learning it and the way that even up until just a few years ago, I taught it, you always split the double consonant, okay? But in the last few years, people have started shifting to make it say that, but, or top, oh, okay? So when you have a double consonant, you may see it either way. All right, the next word is dentist. 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 So we have dentist. And then our next word is snowman, which is also a compound word because it's 2 words put together to make a new word. So we have snowman. Snowman. Oh, I need to move that, don't I? There we go. Okay. So the next thing says, add the correct end mark. Okay, so add the correct, and I guess I could just use a text box for that, huh? Okay, so what time is it? What do we put at the end of this sentence? A period, a question mark, or an exclamation mark? What time is it? Is that a statement? Is it a interrogative sentence, a question, or is it exclamation? It is a question. It's an interrogative. So you have a question mark. The next sentence says, wow, that is great. What goes at the end of that sentence? The exclamation mark. Very good. The next sentence says, I like to read. Oh, school's not out for us right now. This is just a statement, so it just needs a period. The next sentence says, do you think it will rain? Do you think it will rain? So that is a question. It's an interrogative sentence. Number 8 says, circle the nouns, underline the verbs. Okay, so let's go back to our shapes. So the boy plays baseball at the park. Let's do the nouns. Remember, a noun is a person, place, thing, idea, animal, or feeling. I know boy is a person. So I'm going to circle boy. Baseball is a thing, so I'm going to circle baseball. And I know park is a place, so I'm going to circle park. Now let's look for the verb. Which word shows the action in that sentence? Plays is the action in that sentence. Very good. The next one, the little girl lost her bag. What are the nouns in this sentence? I know that girl is a person. I know that backpack is a thing. So what shows action? Lost shows action. Yes. Okay, next sentence. The big dog barked all night. What are the nouns? I know the word dog is an animal. I know night is a thing. And what is the action of the sentence? Bark. The dog barked. Last one says, the lady baked cookies for a party. What are the nouns in this sentence? Nobody wants to see your tongue.
Yes, they do.
All right, so I know that oops, wrong color.
Mama, you messed up.
A lady is a person. Cookies are a thing, and so is a party. Those are the nouns. What is the action in that sentence? What's the verb? Baked. Good. All right, next one says, circle the correct homophone to complete the sentence. I don't know that we have talked about homophones very much at all, but a homophone, shut that bridge, please. A homophone is a word that sounds the same, but they have two completely different meanings and they're spelled differently, okay? Like one and one, like the number one, and we won the game. Or like be, like will you be there? Or bee, like the bee stung me. Okay, those are homophones. So let's look at this sentence. Our team won the game. Are we going to use O-N-E or W-O-N?
I thought it was pronounced homophone.
Homophone, either way. So we're going to use W-O-N, won the game. And then down here on the bottom for number 10, we are going to write the contraction. So what is the contraction for I am? If you were going to say I am sick, what would you say instead of I am? You would say I'm, and remember your apostrophe has to take the place of the missing letter. And the next one is She is. She is going to the store. What would you say in place of she is? She's. Very good. All right, so we're back up here. It says circle the word with the same sound as the underlined letter in fern. So we're looking for the sound. It's not asking if it's spelled the same way. It's asking about the sound. So we have fern cart, fern cherry. Now these are spelled the same way, ER, but does that say Is it a churry or a cherry?
It's a cherry.
Caitlin, don't listen to her. Fern hurt. Which one says like fern? Yes, it's hurt. Good, hurt. They both say All right, number 2 says use proofreading marks for the words that need to be capitalized. And that's kind of hard to do on here. So we're just going to underline the words that need to be capitalized, okay? So A, I have an appointment today with Dr. Smith. Which words need to be capitalized? The word I needs to be capitalized. The title doctor needs to be capitalized, and Smith needs to be capitalized. Sentence B, we live in the United States of America. What needs to be capitalized? We, because it's the first word of a sentence. United States America, because that is the name of a country. It's a proper noun. Number 3 says circle the prefixes and underline the base word. Now we talked a lot about suffixes this week. We haven't done prefixes in a while. Remember, a prefix goes at the beginning of the word. A suffix goes at the end of the word. So we're going to circle the prefix and underline the base word or the root word. So we have rewrite. Well, what part of that word is already a word by itself? The write part, like I write a story. Okay, so then what is the prefix? The re part. Good. Preschool. What part of that word is a word all by itself? The school part. Part of that word is the prefix. The pre part. What part of the word disappear is a word all by itself? Appear. So then what is the prefix? The dis part, yes. All right, box 4, make word plural. We're going to make the word dress plural. How do we do that? What do we add? If I put another S at the end, is that right? No, I have to add ES, dresses. What do I do to the word shirt? Hold on one second, guys. I'm going to pause my video for just a second. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had a teacher come to my door and needed some help, so I had to go help her. All right, so we are making these words plural. The next word is the word shirt. How do we make the word shirt plural? What do we do to it? We're going to add the S in shirts. Very good. The next word is peach. What do we need to do to make peach plural, meaning more than one? If I just put an S at the end, does that look right? No. What do we need to add? ES, because it ends with a CH. So we have to add ES at the make it plural. And the next word is girl. How do we make girl plural? We add the S at the end to make it say girls. Good. All right, number 5. It says circle the antonym for big. An antonym means opposite. So synonym means the same. Antonym means the opposite. So what is the opposite of big?
Small.
Is it tiny, huge, or short? It would be tiny. All right, number 6. We're going to divide the words in syllables again. Okay, so the first is soccer. 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 Remember, a syllable has its own vowel sound. And remember, if there's a double consonant, there's 2 ways we could see it on the test. The next word is crumble. 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 So we have crumble. I feel like we just had dentist. We did. We had dentist up there. Dentist. So we have dentist. Good. And then the next word is football, which is also a common word because we have foot and ball there to make football. So we have football. Okay, and up here we're going to add the correct end mark or punctuation mark. Where are my keys? What should we put there? Yes, that is a question. It is an interrogative sentence, so we add a question mark. Ouch, that hurts. That is an exclamation, so it's an exclamation mark. What's for dinner? That is also a question, an interrogative, so we use a question mark. May I go to the movies? We're going to use a question mark. Very good. All right, and number 8, we're going to circle the nouns again and underline the verbs. So let's look for the nouns in sentence A. My sister reads many books. What are the nouns in that sentence? All right, now I know a lot of you are probably saying I is a noun. It is not. It is a special noun called a pronoun, okay? But when we're identifying nouns, my and you and he and she, I, it, we, us, they, them, those are all pronouns. And those are not identified as nouns because they are pronouns, okay? Sister is a pronoun, is a noun. And books is a, what is the action, the verb of that sentence? Reads. Very good. The next sentence says, the clown squirted water at me. What are the nouns in that sentence? You got clown is a person. Water is a thing. And look, me, that's one of those pronouns, so we're not going to underline it or we're not going to circle it. And what is the verb in the sentence? Squirted. Okay. Sentence C. The gray cat climbed a tall tree. What are the nouns in this sentence? We have a cat is an animal and a tree is a thing. And now we're going to go a little step further. What are the adjectives? What are the describing words in that sentence? Gray describes the cat And tall describes the tree. And if we go up here, the word many also describes the word books. So those are adjectives. What is the verb in the sentence, the gray cat climbed a tall tree? We have the word climbed. Very good. Sentence D. The boys played soccer at the park. What are nouns in that sentence? Boys are people. Soccer is a game. And park is a place. What is the verb of that sentence? Played. Very good. All right, so it says circle up on number 9, circle the correct homophone to complete the sentence. I'm not allowed to drink soda. Is it allowed? ALLOWED or allowed? ALOUD. What do you think? It's going to be ALLOWED because the other spelling, ALOUD, is when you do something verbally out loud, like you read a story out loud. This means you read it aloud. All right, and then number 10, write the contraction. What is the contraction for has not? She has not done her chores. What would you say? What would you say instead? If she hasn't, and remember the apostrophe takes the place of the O because you leave the O out. What about do not? What is the contraction for do not? We do not want cake. Who would ever say that? Be don't. We don't want cake. Very good. All right, so that is the review for today for grammar. I hope you guys learned something from that, something new. So now we are going to look at, it is a TCAP practice test from 2017. We're going to read a couple stories and look at a few questions. Don't worry about this stuff up here. This is not going to be on your test, okay? That's just there for teachers. All right, so question or story 1, a new day. Sophia is a little tired of always doing the same thing. Sometimes, thinks Sophia, it seems like everything around me is boring. Tomorrow I will find a way to make my day more fun. Sophia wakes up the next day and decides to do 4 new things. Sophia always eats cereal for breakfast. Today, she eats a grapefruit instead. Yum, says Sophia as she chews on the juicy grapefruit slice. It is a sour new breakfast. Sophia always walks to school. Today, she hops away to school on one foot. Hop, 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 says Sophia as she lands on her left foot. Hop, 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 she says again as she switches to her right foot. It is a bouncy new way to go to school. During recess, Sophia always plays tag. Today, she hangs upside down from the bars. Whee! Squeals Sophia as she swings to and fro, to and fro. It is a new way to see the world. Sophia goes to bed early. She has never done that before. Excitement makes it difficult to go to sleep, but Sophia wants to wake up early tomorrow so that she can do even more things. All right, so before we answer the question, I want you guys to notice, do you see these numbers over here on the side? Okay, those are there to tell you what paragraph this is, okay? So like this is paragraph 1. I feel like I need to open this in Cami. Let me open this in Cami so we can write on it. Let me do 2-page view. Okay, there we go. So, like this is, I want to circle on a box. So this is paragraph 1, okay? This is paragraph 2. This is paragraph 3. This is paragraph 4. Do you see how they're doing it? There's spaces between them. The numbers line up. Some questions are going to ask you in paragraph 3, what do you think? And so it's going to tell you exactly which paragraph to look at. And so the numbers over here are going to help you find those paragraphs. Okay. All right. We're going to highlight some stuff here for a second. Okay. All right. So question 1, why does Sophia decide to try new things? Well, let's go over here and look. Our choices are A, she is bored. B, she is out of cereal. C, she's sleepy. Or D, she is alone at recess. Guys, always, always, always read all of your answer choices before you make a decision. Always. Okay? So why does Sophia decide to try new things? Sophia is a little tired of always doing the same thing. Sometimes, she thinks, it seems like everything around me is boring. I feel like we heard that word, boring or bored. Let's go back to our choices. Why does Sophia decide to try new things? A, she is bored. B, she's out of cereal. C, she is sleepy. Or D, she is alone at recess. What do you think the answer is? It's going to be A. So you're going to color in that bubble for A. Question 2. What does the picture help the reader understand? M, why Sophia says, wee. P, what Sophia always plays at recess. R, why Sophia goes to bed early. Or S, what Sophia will do tomorrow. Well, let's look at the picture. Look at this picture. Does that picture help you understand why Sophia says wee? Does that picture help you understand what Sophia always plays at recess? Which it says she always plays tag. So does that picture match that answer? Does the picture help you understand why Sophia goes to bed early? Does the picture help you understand what Sophia will do tomorrow? What's your best answer choice? It's going to be M. It's going to help you understand why Sophia says, wee. Okay. Remember, guys, that sometimes there is not a perfect answer. You have to choose the best answer you are given. Okay. All right. So number 3 question. How does Sophia feel at the end of the day? A, dizzy. B, nervous. C, excited. Or D, hungry. Let's go back to the passage. Sophia goes to bed early. She's never done that before. The excitement makes it difficult to go to sleep. But Sophia wants to wake up early tomorrow so that she can do even more new things. What's that word right there? Excitement. Is that an answer choice? Sophia feels excited. There we go. Color in that bubble. What lesson does Sophia learn? M. Eating juicy fruit is sticky. P. Going to bed early is smart. R. Hopping to school is hard. Or S. Doing new things is fun. What do you think she learned? Let's go back to the reading. Let's see. She's saying yum and wee, and she wants to wake up early and do even more new things. Would she want to do even more new things if she learned that eating juicy fruit is sticky? Would she want to do more new things if she learned that going to bed early is smart? Would she want to do new things because she learned hopping to school is hard? Or would she want to do more new things tomorrow because she learned that doing new things is fun? I'm going to say S is the answer. Doing new things is fun. That's what she learned. Okay, next question. Read this sentence about the story. Sophia spends recess by... Which word makes this sentence correct? A, myself. B, herself. C, yourself. Or D, ourselves. Well, here, let's put them all in the sentence and see which one makes sense. This is super important, guys. When you have a question like this, put the words in the sentence to see which one makes sense. We've talked about this in phonics class before, okay? Sophia spends recess by myself. Are you Sophia? Then why would you say myself? Sophia spends recess by herself. Sophia spends recess by yourself. Well, I'm not Sophia. So if you're saying that to me, I'm not Sophia, so that doesn't make sense. Sophia spends recess by ourselves. Is Sophia more than one person? So why would we say ourselves? What is the only answer choice that makes sense? Sophia spends recess by herself. Read this sentence about the story. Sophia squeals the blank of everyone as she swings. Which word makes the sentence correct? Again, we're going to put the words in the sentence, okay? Sophia squeals the loud of everyone as she swings. Does that sound right? Sophia squeals the louder of everyone as she swings. Sophia squeals the loudest of everyone as she swings. Sophia squeals the loudly of everyone as she swings. Now here's the thing, guys. If she is with, it says everyone, which means there's a lot of people, okay? If you were only comparing two things, you would say like if she said Sophia squeals louder than Tommy, that would make sense because there's two people being compared. But if there's more than two people, you would have to say loudest. She is the loudest in the group. So the correct answer would be R, loudest. All right, next question. Read this sentence about the passage. Blank tried 4 new things. Which word makes this sentence correct? Now look, there's apostrophes, which means these are going to be contractions, okay? So it's going to say she'd tried 4 new things. She had tried 4 new things. And the contraction she had is she'd. Think about that, guys. She had. Think about the word Sheed. What do you no longer hear in sheed? Yeah, we don't hear the H and the A anymore. What takes the place of those letters? The apostrophe. So now we have sheed. Which one of those is the correct answer? It's B. Make sure you're very careful on these because they're going to be look how tricky they are. They're putting the apostrophe in all these different places. You have to remember the apostrophe takes the place of the letters you take out. Okay. Which two words from the passage have a long vowel sound? Choose two correct answers. Guys, please be careful because some of these are going to say choose two. You have to choose two, okay? You have to. So we're listening for long vowel sounds. Long vowel sounds are when the letters say their names. A, E, I, O, U. Okay, so here are our choices. Same, thing, next, see, done. Which of those say a long vowel name? We have same, it says A, and C says E. The other three are short vowel sounds. Which two words from the passage have a long vowel sound? Choose two correct answers. We have A, never, B, recess, C, instead, D, decides, or E, switches. Now these are a little different because these are two syllable words. You have to listen to both syllables. One of the syllables has a long vowel sound, okay? One. Which two words have a long vowel sound? Recess says E in the first syllable. Decides says E in the first syllable. Which two words from the passage have the same vowel sound as seems? Well, first of all, you gotta tell me, what is the vowel sound in seems? What is it? It's E. We're gonna choose two correct answers that have the same vowel sound as E. M, breakfast. P, cereal. R, instead. S, eats. Or T, early. Which two of these words has the same E sound? Okay, we should choose cereal and eats. Those are the two. All right, and we are going to stop right there for today. All right. We will do some more review tomorrow, okay? So I will see you guys later. Hope you have a great afternoon. And there's no work for you to work on today in phonics. We were just reviewing. All right, bye guys. See you later.